take two.
So I'm Vincent Marou,
And I'm Samuel Marou,
and we're the founders of Marou Faiseur de Chocolat.
and we're here at Little Farms in Singapore to sell chocolate.
And tell you how we do what we do in Vietnam, starting from Vietnamese cacao and Vietnamese sugar.
So how did you start? What made you get into this business?
Well, we were both living in Vietnam, and we found out that there was cacao growing in Vietnam and that no one was doing anything with it. So the question was, why is that? Why isn't anyone making chocolate from Vietnamese cacao? And so we were quite excited to be able to answer that question. So we started kind of researching and getting our hands on some cacao. And then we made our first batch of chocolate. I wouldn't even call it chocolate, but anyway, we made our first attempt, and we realized that there was something there. I mean, we were enthusiasts of chocolate, so we thought, with some time, some tools, and some technique, we can get somewhere. So that was the hope, and little by little, test after test, we got better.
First batch the results were completely encouraging. We thought it wasn't chocolate because we didn't have the tools to make chocolate. At least the flavors we got, the smell, the scent, everything was very, very exciting.
There was potential, there's a promise. And so we set out to do it. The next day we just sat down and described to each other what we wanted to do. Not just chocolate, but what this change in life, career would be like with certain values. And so we wrote that down and we started basically, and actually Singapore is a very important part of our story because it was our first trip. Sam jokingly said, well, if we're able to share a hotel room and not kill each other after 24 hours, then, maybe there's a partnership there. So we found a little place in Little India, and we went to buy a small machine that helped us greatly improve and move forward in chocolate making on a very small scale. Our trip to Singapore was a milestone and a quantum leap because we went from Sam's blender, his house blender, which we actually burned. We burned the motor on. And then with this new machine that we acquired here, we were able to do something that actually came very close.
We could make chocolate about 1.5 kilo at a time.
Yeah.
How long from the time that you two met and experimented to the time that you were actually able to get that onto a shelf in the store?
A year, 9 months.
9 months.
Healthy baby.
Healthy baby, yeah. When we think back on it, today, I don't know how we did it.
It was a full-time thing. A lot of people you talk to, they have this like sort of weekend project. It's kind of whimsical. They go, we decided to go, and we were full-time, like non-stop, and it was everything. It was like a corporate setup.
We put our personal savings
chocolate,
into starting Marou and
finding a place to start business.
Everything, machines, and we didn't know anything about
concept, design,
making
branding,
chocolate.
everything.
Yeah, that's one of the most exciting things about doing this is there's so much to learn. The chocolate, of course, is driving everything, but on the side, you have to learn how to create a brand. You're in Vietnam. How does business run? How do you start a business? All these things. How are we going to get some funding? For what we wanted to do, and so it was extraordinary.
So tell us how you chose the farms that you've chosen.
Well, the first farm that we chose is in the province of Bahria, and we're still working with that farmer.
It was just luck.
It was luck. That one was luck.
We googled, cacao farms in Vietnam, and we found some places, and we kind of put them on the map. And there was one that was not too far from Ho Chi Minh City, but we didn't have any precise address. Kind of just had a general area, so we went out looking for the place on our scooters, and as we were driving down the road, we saw a place that had a sign that said cacao. So we stopped, we walked in, and that's how we got our first farm.
Absolutely, and that one was luck. Others, obviously we had
started
meeting people, investigating, and then we hired someone who was going around the countryside on a motorbike and just sending us samples. blindly. And then we were testing the samples, and the ones we liked, we would then go to actually meet the farmer. I think the quality of a farmer is someone who is already doing good work, is already a good farmer. And at the time, they weren't rewarded for it. They were just getting a very low market price for it. And when we came along, we decided to buy the quality beans, and we were ready to pay more. And so, anyway, we brought them into what we were doing that way. But and then, of course, I mean, the people that are, you know, a sense of wanting to do something well, and it's also a sense of a partnership, because they are our most important